Hi there, this is Solitary Ronin from Solitary Ronin Films, and welcome to another random review. And tonight I thought I would do a happy cheery random review. So this is When the Wind Blows from 1986, based on the story by Raymond Briggs and directed by Jimmy Murakami. I apologise for butchering the name. And this is an animation that I saw originally on Channel 4 in the late 80s, it must have been. I think this is before I'd seen Akira. So this was the first animation or cartoon that I saw that was actually about something. It wasn't just Tom and Jerry. This is about an old couple, James and Hilda, a retired couple who live in the country, and their reactions and how they cope with an atomic war. The two voices are by John Mills and Peggy Ashcroft. The title song is sung by David Bowie. The score was written by Roger Waters of Pink Floyd. Obviously Raymond Briggs was more famous and is still probably more famous for his children's books, The Snowman and Fungus the Bogeyman, amongst others. So this was a bit of a departure, and 33 years later it still packs a punch. It's actually quite heartbreaking watching these two people suffer through the aftermath of an atomic bomb dropping. The man obviously has just read all the government pamphlets and pretends to be an expert, but he kind of gets the exact facts and acronyms wrong. So there's a little bit of humour at the start, whereas Hilda kind of thinks it'll just be like World War II, and it will take more than a couple of bombs to, put the British down. Throughout the film, they constantly mix up the Germans, and it's going to be the Russians this time. But after the bomb actually drops, the humour kind of quickly disappears. And it's, like I said, it is actually heartbreaking and quite moving. Obviously they start running out of water, they start running out of food. There's a heartbreaking scene where they share a fruit pastel by cutting a fruit pastel in half. But again, throughout the whole thing, Jim saying, let's look on the bright side, and the emergency services will come through, and there's comments about the paper and the milkman being late. It's to be expected, but they'll turn up at some point. They're constantly saying, the things that they need, like cream and lotion. They'll just go down to the chemist's in the morning and pick it up. It is quite harrowing. There's rats in the toilet, amongst other things. I mean, this, along with Peter Watkins' The War Game, are really essential films for the collection. This is the BFI Blu-ray and DVD combo pack, and the extras are really good on it. So even if you don't like the film, it's actually worth having for the extras. Even though I can't imagine why you wouldn't like the film, because the film is excellent. There's a commentary with the first assistant editor and a film historian, Nick Redman. There's actually a feature-length 77-minute documentary on Jimmy Murakami, Non-Alien, from 2010, which is really good. There's also a 25-minute documentary from 1986 about the making of When the Wind Blows. Apparently when the book was released, it actually was mentioned in the Houses of Parliament again, because it's like they're so sensitive about art actually talking about stuff. There's an interview from 2005 with Raymond Briggs for 14 minutes, and the real gem on the extras on this Blu-ray is actually the 50-minute documentary from 1975 called Protect and Survive, which was essentially the public information film that was released in Britain. You can actually get Protect and Survive t-shirts, you know, with the Protect and Survive around the family, and it was pretty much saying just take your door off and hide behind your door propped up against a wall, and that will protect you from atomic bombs. Or if you're at school, the duck and cover, you know, just hide under your desk and that will protect you from nuclear war. And of course the whole thing's played absolutely straight because it's a public information film, but it is just completely pointless. But people actually believe that because people believe that the government actually has your back. Not sure how many people believe that now, but that's certainly what we believed in the 70s and 80s. It also has an isolated score and effects track, and it also comes with a nice booklet as well, which has an introduction by Raymond Briggs, don't know whether you can see that, and retrospective views about it and nice images from the film. So the next time BFI has a sale, or FOP has a sale in BFI, or whoever has a sale in BFI, I would highly recommend it. You could say, oh well, it's not for kids, but it is actually for kids, even though I'm not actually sure how kids of today would actually react to it. They'd probably just laugh it off or something, I'm not sure. But it is pretty difficult to laugh off because it's quite a moving experience, because you just feel for Jim and Hilda so much. It is a heartbreaking film, but it's also a film about truth. So let me know in the comments below whether you've seen When the Wind Blows and what you thought of it, and hopefully we'll see you again for another random review. This is Solitary Ronin saying, don't get too depressed, and we'll see you again.